this week is going to be a little different. We will be changing up the pattern of the usual collabs. Instead of Marvel Theory this week, we will be having Derpy Boy because Marvel Theory isn't available this week, unfortunately. So we will be doing the collab with Derpy Boy, and I do not know what we will be doing for next week, but we will just see. I don't want to admit this, but this is like, this is the first time where, like, Star Wars, since The Rise of Skywalker, since the sequels, this is the first time for me that the Star Wars hasn't felt like Star Wars. I don't know. I feel like, I don't know what about this episode. It didn't feel like Star Wars. Like the every scene with those like those teens or whatever, like, you know, those like robot ones, they didn't feel like
the cyborg biker gang or whatever.
Yeah, the biker gang, yeah.
Yeah.
I did not like them. They did not feel like Star Wars at all. They felt really weird. They did not mix with the story at all. And the bikes were like, I don't know, they didn't fit Star Wars, and the chase scene just felt really weird, and I did not like the biker gang at all for some reason. I thought they were gonna be better. I don't know. Like, I can see what they're trying to do. Like, oh, let's introduce the streets of Mos Espa. Let's go deeper into, like, the underworld, I guess, of Star Wars. But, like, they did that in the Clone Wars as well, with, like, Coruscant in the underworld. And they did an amazing job with that. And everything felt like Star Wars in the underworld with the Clone Wars. But with these biker gangs, I just feel like it doesn't feel like Star Wars. Like, the color and the clothes are too nice, I feel like. And, you know the guy with the robot eye?
Yeah.
That guy, and then the other guy with, like, the white clothing it didn't feel like Star Wars. So what are your thoughts on, like, that whole situation?
So, like, I 100% agree with you. I felt like it was super weird as well. Every single time they showed up on screen, it just, like, it felt like they didn't fit in. I didn't like the chase scene either. I just felt like, I don't know, the whole time, the entire, like, when I was watching it and I was watching the chase scene, something just didn't, like, feel right to me. So like, I didn't feel like I was watching Star Wars. I feel like I was watching something else. And the fact that you say this episode didn't feel like Star Wars, I have to agree with that as well, because there were some moments in the episode where Boba Fett wasn't really like his character. When Black Chrysanthemum, when he attacked him, and the biker gang, you know, like, started fighting him, and, like, they went out into, like, the throne room where Boba Fett, like, sat on the throne. When he went to see if everything, like, was okay, he was just out in his robe, which I don't feel like is Boba Fett. I feel like he would have been suited up. So I totally agree with you on the fact that this episode was weird and didn't really feel like Star Wars.
Yeah, like, with that fight scene with the Wookiee guy, like, you know, like, the teens, they were, like, how they ran, they looked like monkeys or something. Like, they were, like, running weirdly, you know? I don't know, it felt really weird, and I feel like it's turning into the sequels, The Last Jedi, and, like, with that bar scene, or the cantina scene, and this is the same. There's that one scene in The Mandalorian where they were connecting the Mandalorian with Palpatine as a clone, and both of those scenes were just, I don't know, all these like connections with the sequels and, like, not feeling like Star Wars. It doesn't feel right, you know.
Yeah, like I said before, I agree with you on that. Also, another reason why this episode wasn't really it is because I feel like this episode was a filler episode. Just to keep us in tune and set us up for later events in the story, like episodes 4, 5, 6, and 7. I feel like this episode really, the episode was slow, and I feel like it's basically it, and I feel like it's a filler episode. Basically, you're just getting us ready for what's gonna happen later.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. One thing I saw is that I feel like with the Black Chrysanthemum, the Wookiee we see who attacked Boba Fett when he was in his tank. I feel like I don't know, just based on what I've heard of him, based on like the videos I've watched of him ever since he was introduced back in episode 2, I believe. I feel like I don't know. I just feel like he wasn't as strong or as powerful as I thought he would, because he almost defeated Obi-Wan. So I feel like if he went against Boba Fett without his armor, I feel like that would be an easy win for him. And I feel like he probably would have taken out the biker gang much easier than he did.
Easily.
So I feel like they did nerf his character a little bit in the Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah, that scene was really weird, and like how like that one Gamorrean was taking him out in chains. He could have easily Chewbacca can rip out of those chains, and he could have like and that there was also that one scene where he let them go. He was just running really weirdly, like he was jogging. Like that was the weirdest jog.
It was. I was like, is this like real? Is he? Or are Star Wars going back to using puppets like how they did with Yoda? Like that run did not seem like it was like real.
Yeah, that was the weirdest jog I've ever seen. And in previously on the mayor is like, you have to be thinking who sent the Night Wind, and then it quickly transitions to the Twi'lek, I think, and she's like the twins. So it's like kind of like a transition, like who sent the Night Wind, the twins. So I think like maybe Star Wars is like foreshadowing that the twins did send the Night Wind, and we could probably get it revealed in the next episode. And Boba also references. He's like, I grew up surrounded by water, and I know that's a reference to Camino, and I also wonder what the flashbacks of Camino mean,
Yeah, I was wondering that too, because to me, I'm still uncertain about it, so I want to see what the whole lore is behind that, so... So, like, one small little detail I saw was, like, you know how Boba, when he was passing by the stormtrooper helmets with the spear, like, in between them, that was similar to the scene in Mandalorian Season 1. Although the Mandalorian takes place 5 years later, it's where Din was walking through Tatooine. I feel like it's the same exact spot, and that's just, like, something small that I was able to notice.
Yeah, I'm glad you bring that up, because I also saw that, and I think they're just setting up the Mandalorian, and they're just, like, setting up not setting it up, but they're just kind of putting, like, a little background into it, and, there's also, like, a super cool detail I spotted during this scene. So, the Pelimoto, so the woman who has those little pop-up droids, and then she repaired Mando's ship in season 1 and 2.
Oh, yeah. I remember.
She was in the background of that scene. She had her droids. She had her droids. She was walking around. So you gotta look closely. So while the guy is setting up the stormtrooper helmets, Boba, I think he's out of the shot now, and you can see Pelimoto, and I think she just got her droids because she's walking with them, and she's just walking in the background. And I thought that was so cool how they're just I mean, again, like setting up the Mandalorian kind of, you know?
Yeah, because I didn't notice that at first, but now that you say it, like all these things are now tying together, and it's just making like the what's it called, the show more fun to watch.
Yeah, definitely. This is my last thing I have, so this is gonna be kind of a short episode unless you have more stuff. A small little detail I found in the dinner scene when they're all eating. I found a carton, like a glass sphere of that's either blue milk or what was it? It was like spotchka, which is referenced a bunch in the Mandalorian. So that's just a small little detail I found in the dinner table scene.
Yeah, those small little details, like when somebody points them out, you don't realize how quick they are to miss, or like how obvious they are in front of you. So like it's cool to see, like it's really cool to see that. I have two more points. So I don't remember what this guy's name was, but I know. Yeah, I don't really know what this guy's name was, but it relates to when the twins gave Boba a gift. They gave him a Rancor.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know this guy's name, but I found him, and I recognized him when he was like when the twins were giving him a gift. It's this guy.
Yeah, I
like,
know.
I
Yeah.
Somewhere I just don't remember what his name was, and don't remember like where which Star Wars like film he was from, but I just recognized him in the background.
Yeah, he's in like Spy Kids, and he's in what was that one movie where he's like he was babysitting the kid, and the kid was like, I don't know, the kid was like pranking him and throwing paint on his motorcycle. I don't know. I haven't watched it in a while, but I think it's called like The Babysitter List or something. I have no idea. I haven't watched it in a while, but yeah, I saw that guy too. That was super cool.
Like I knew I recognized him. I just wasn't sure where from.
Yeah, there's speaking of that guy, the Rancor scene also felt like it wasn't Star Wars. It felt really weird. Like
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like the droid comes up and he's like, "Hold on, I'm busy." I don't know why. That just felt a little weird.
Yeah, that like a lot of stuff that was shown and that was said in this episode just didn't sit right with me either. Like I didn't feel like it was, like you said, it was Star Wars. I just felt like I was watching another show that's like similar to Star Wars, but like not exactly the same. Like it's taking place in another galaxy, but it's not Star Wars. So
yeah, a little like Star Trek, maybe.
Yeah, Star Trek. Yeah.
Do you have any other points to go over?
No, all that no. I'm basically done. Yeah.
All right. I don't really have any predictions for the next episode. Other than we definitely are gonna get the flashbacks over the entire season, because I mean we didn't have a lot of flashbacks this episode, which I mean a relief to some people, and and focusing more on the actual story, and yeah, that's really the only thing. I think the next episode they're definitely gonna do that. The scene in the trailers with the Trandoshans where they're having like a meeting. That's definitely probably going to be the next episode. And with the Pikes as well, they're going to do that with the Pikes, like probably negotiate with them. And flashbacks, same thing. Boba saves Fennec, and then he goes to Jabba's palace and steals back the Slave One, and then he finds Mando, and then that'll be probably over the course until the last episode. That's really all my predictions.
Yeah. One of my predictions to me, how Boba Fett has like taken over the ruling from Jabba the Hutt, which is basically like this entire thing. I feel like in later episodes he might lose that, only because it's not really looking to. Because at the very beginning of the episode, this one guy who's been like who was stolen from by the biker gang, his water supply. He said that, like, people don't really respect him. So maybe, like, what's going to happen next is that Boba is going to try to earn the respect, but in doing so, he loses it even more, and, like, more and more assassination attempts, like, start to arise, and he has to leave. Another prediction I have is that, obviously, with the Mandalorian, like, they're probably most likely gonna set that up. Well, not set it up, but show. I don't really know how to put this into words, but, like, reintroduce him. I guess I'm not sure how to say it.
Like at the end of Mando season 2, when they introduce that they're gonna have Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Like that, yeah. I forgot about Mando season 3. Yeah. Also, speaking of that water, dude, I found that scene really weird, where he just pops out of nowhere, and he's like, what, you're gonna let them go? That was a weird scene.
Yeah, also, like, he might be vengeful or rageful, or I guess about that, and, like, he might try to do something to Boba, but I don't think, I really don't think that he's gonna go a long way. I just feel like that's just one mishap. Or I feel like that was just an introduction to the episode,
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I really want them to, like, I think the best part out of this entire show will be episode 7, the last episode, where probably Mando will be introduced, and then it'll go into season 3 of The Mandalorian, which I am so excited for.
Yeah, I'm excited about The Mandalorian season 3. I just love The Mandalorian, like the storyline of The Mandalorian. Yep. So I'm excited for season 3, and we're most likely gonna do a talk show like this on it, right?
Yeah, definitely. What do you think? So we're getting Kenobi, Ahsoka, and Mando season 3. We're getting Kenobi in May, I think. When do you think Ahsoka or season 3 will come out first? Like, I'm thinking maybe at the same time, but
yeah, they might come out at the same time.
Twice the talk show, twice the collabs.
Yeah. But, like, if it doesn't come out at the same time, I think they'll release Mandalorian season 3 first, and then after that we'll get the Ahsoka show.
Yeah, because season 3 could still be setting up the Ahsoka show. Yeah, so that. Oh man, dude, I cannot wait for. I mean, I'm not really as excited for this show, just because this episode really brought it down. I'm not really as excited for the next episodes, but I am excited for Kenobi, Ahsoka, and season 3. Kenobi is gonna be crazy. I cannot wait for. I'm gonna be blown away by that show, and
Hopefully they didn't mess it up.
I don't think they did. The one problem I have with it, though, is Darth Vader coming back. I mean, because they fight, and then that ruins the whole point of A New Hope fight, where they meet again. I don't know, I love it, but I hate it, where Darth Vader's coming back.
We get a rematch, but we also get, like, a loss of importance, basically.
A loss of the ruining of canon, the sequels. But that wraps up the number 3, and next week I don't know what we're gonna do. I might have Marvel Theory on or Derpy Boy. I don't know. This episode kind of messed up the whole pattern we had going on, but we'll see. And thank you for joining, and I'll see you guys next week.